Welcome to Standard Chartered India Money Insights, a podcast series that brings you topical insights and local perspectives on India's markets from the experts.
Hello everyone and welcome to our 2024 India Market Outlook podcast mini-series, which outlines our key investment views and how investors should be positioned in 2024. My name is Vinay Joseph and I am the Head of Investment Products and Strategy at Standard Chartered Bank, India, and I will be your host of the podcast for today. In the previous podcast, we discussed our macro outlook and headline asset class views for 2024. Today, we will discuss the opportunistic themes for 2024, and to take us through that in more detail, I am joined by my colleague Ravi, the Chief Investment Strategist at Standard Chartered Bank, India. Hello Ravi, and welcome to the podcast. Before we start, what do we mean by opportunistic themes?
Hi Vinay, thanks for having me on the podcast. Well, let me begin by first setting the context. At Standard Chartered India, we believe that a good starting point for any investment journey is to have a well-diversified portfolio that is aligned to an investor's risk and return objectives. Overall, portfolio can be segregated into two allocations broadly. First, foundation allocations, which we consider as the core of the portfolio that is held for longer term and do not necessarily need to be shuffled frequently in response to movement in markets. Second, opportunistic ideas that are more tactical. These could be specific themes, sectors, and have the potential to outperform markets over a shorter period of time. Allocation to these short-term ideas can help improve the overall risk-adjusted returns for an investor.
Thanks Ravi for laying the context. So in 2024, where are the opportunistic ideas that we see?
Well, within equities, we like value-style equities. This segment of the market has done well over the past couple of years, and we expect the momentum to continue with cyclical growth momentum remaining strong and bond yields still elevated. These conditions support value-style equities. Additionally, when we look at the risk-reward, especially the valuations in terms of the 12-month forward PE ratio, the MSCI Value Index trades at a discount to the overall market and also to MSCI India Growth Index. The second theme which we like is India's investment sectors. Our preference for investment sectors over the past 2 years has resulted in outside gains. We continue to see value in manufacturing and infrastructure, which are the most important investment sectors in India, with multi-year structural drivers still in place. And these include sequential improvement in capacity utilization driven by government's continued thrust on capex and a pickup in private investments. Second, strong corporate balance sheet and improving credit cycle. And third, structural reforms and government's past policy initiatives to boost domestic manufacturing capability. Now, the third area of opportunity is within our sector strategy, where we prefer a barbell approach. Here we are overweight on domestic cyclicals like industrials, consumer discretionary sectors, and balance this with a defensive overlay through an overweight on healthcare. Resilient domestic growth and pre-election spending bodes well for a pickup in discretionary consumption. While the valuation for the sector looks stretched, this is balanced by a robust earnings growth outlook. The prospect for industrial sector remains bright given the strong government capex momentum, government policy incentives, and slight improvement in private investments, which is likely to pick up as we go deeper into 2024. We like healthcare for its defensive nature. The earnings outlook has stabilized for the sector after muted growth in 2022 from the COVID-era record earnings performance. Also, the valuations for the sector, though stretched, are more reasonable now compared to the previous peaks.
Thank you, Ravi, for taking us through the opportunistic ideas for 2024. That's all we have for today. And thank you, listeners, for joining us today. Just as a reminder, if you want a copy of our annual Outlook report, Sailing with the Wind, please reach out to your relationship manager or at the link description below. Alternately, you can also search it in our SC Invest section on our online banking portal. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Standard Chartered India Money Insights. Stay tuned for the latest updates and market trends by subscribing to our podcast. For more information, reach out to your Standard Chartered Relationship Manager or visit www.sc.com/in.